and that's my lunch. Hi everyone. So following on from the last video where I unboxed this automatic pot stirrer, I'm now trying to answer the question whether you can actually use this to help you make polenta. I really love polenta, but a recent video on YouTube reminded me that you have to stir it for 45 to 50 minutes, and that's what puts me off making it. I think the main problem is going to be that the polenta in the final stages is probably going to get too thick. So I've decided to give it the best chance possible. I'm using a non-stick pan, and I'm only going to be putting a very small cup of polenta in. I'm going to use the ratio of water to cornmeal that was mentioned on the video, which I'll link to in the description. 4 to 1 ratio.
And usually the ratio between water and polenta is 2 liters of water, half kilos of polenta.
I'm going to add in 4 cups of water to begin with. Put that onto the heat, and then see if I can fit this to the pan. And expand the paddles out so they reach the edge. Check if that's working. Seems okay. Salt the water a little bit. Get the cornmeal ready. Sorry, polenta. So the instructions from the video that I'm referencing were to add the polenta in slowly while stirring with a whisk.
A whisker. And you need to...
I only have a metal whisk, which would ruin this pan, so I'm just going to use the pot stirrer. I'm going to put it on high speed, and I'm going to add this in slowly. It's just about simmering now. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. Just add this in slowly, so it doesn't form clumps. But unfortunately some of it's landing on the pot stirrer. Brush off what's landed on the stirrer. And now it's bubbling, and I turn it right down. And it's thickened up in an incredible amount already. So I don't know how this is going to last for 50 minutes really. It's been 15 minutes now, and it's still stirring it really well, to be honest. I thought when I first put it in and it all kind of clumped up, it was just gonna die, but it's stirring it really well. And obviously with it doing it like this, you can go off and do other things. That's 25 minutes now, and it's still looking fine. I've still got it on high speed, and it doesn't seem to be struggling at all. I think it's fair to say that this is probably thicker than any sauce that you would ever normally want to stir. This has been on for just coming up for 30 minutes now. Okay, that's 40 minutes now. "15 seconds left, and then it'll be 50 minutes. You can see there's a red light on here now. I don't know if that means it's low charge. So I'm going to stop it now. 2 get it off the pan, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this plastic cap off the top. I'm going to just try and lift the whole unit up off the pan. Just lifting the whole thing off. And we're just left with the paddles in the pan. And for this unit, the main drive unit and the thing that connects to the pan, all I'm proposing to do to clean that is probably just give it a brush and a wipe with some kitchen paper, and I think that should be fine. For the paddle, that's probably going to end up in the washing machine, the dishwasher if it's dishwasher safe. So in the video that I watched, which I think was called How an Italian Cooks Polenta, I think what the Italian lady said to do was to turn the heat up and then to empty the contents of this out onto a wooden board and then form it into a dough with your hands. I'm going to play on the safe side here, and what I kind of decided to do a little bit earlier was to actually get a loaf tray and then empty this out. Okay, we're about 10 minutes later now, so it does seem to have solidified. Try and turn it out. And let's see if I can slice this. Seems so. I'm going to try and crisp them up in the air fryer. So this is the cooking tray from my air fryer. It's not really big enough, but it's the best I've got. And I'm just going to put a little olive oil on the top to help these from not sticking. I'm pretty certain they are going to stick though. Try and get 4 on. Okay, so I'll transfer these to the air fryer. I'm just going to brush the top of these with some extra virgin olive oil. So I'm just going to try, I do want them to crisp up, so I'm going to try quite high temperature, so I'll leave it on 195 and let's try 10 minutes to begin with. I might check on it halfway through though. Okay, they are quite golden brown actually. How to get them out? Will they just lift up? No. So they are stuck. I'm just going to quickly make a sauce to go with this, and this sauce, you'll probably say it's just comically simple. I can't remember where I learnt this. It must have been when I was a student, but all it essentially is putting either a tin of chopped tomatoes or peeled tomatoes in a pan. Because I've used peeled tomatoes, I'm going to have to mash them. And all the basic form of this recipe is literally just heat them on a low heat so they simmer for quite a long time until it's reduced by about half, and you should have a thick tomato sauce. And it is surprisingly good for such a simple recipe. Obviously add some salt and pepper. I'm going to add some additional things near the end just to make it a little bit more interesting. But that is all it is really. Get the salt in. If the tomatoes are bitter when you taste the sauce, you can add a little bit of sugar in at the end just to sweeten it up and balance the sweetness and sourness. Just wait for this to boil. I'll just put it on the bigger burner so it boils a bit quicker. Get it back on the smaller burner. So I've got this on the minimum burner setting, so let's just see if that keeps bubbling. Looks like it will do, and you should do this with the lid off most of the time because you want it to reduce down. Might have to stir it a little bit from time to time, but I don't usually stir it all that much. Okay, this has been on for about 35 minutes now. So I'm going to add some fresh basil into it. I did add 1 chopped clove of garlic into this right at the beginning as well, which I didn't mention. So I'm just going to roughly tear this basil into here. I've also got some of these black olives. I think I bought these from an Asian supermarket, but these are the type of black olives that I tend to like. They're basically the black olives that are semi-dried. I don't really like the olives that you get in bottles of vinegar or jars of vinegar, no matter how expensive they are. All I can really taste is the vinegar. I find these really good for recipes, added into bread, etc. So I've just roughly chopped a handful of these. And that's it basically finished. Let's give it a taste. Now that is really tart. I think most people would probably add some sugar in a little bit earlier, but I actually like it like this. Drizzle a bit of extra virgin olive oil on top. And that's my lunch.